The Tartan Tornado versus the Rougarou. I watched the fight over to see if I can find the draw or where the Rougarou won. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to
REWATCHED Boxing.
Blessed love and blessed night. Oh, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fighting. This is Real Life Boxing. As I said, I watched the fight over, Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor, to see if I can find where there was a draw or to see where I can find where Regis Prograis won. Before we get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to smash on the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded, and you can be notified when we go on live here at Real Life Boxing. Now let's talk about it. Shout out to John Kramer, who left a comment underneath the video that I did last night saying that Regis Prograis was outclassed and beat up by Josh Taylor. His comment was, "Wow, you think Josh Taylor beat up Regis? Damn, I need to go back and watch the fight." And I said, yeah, Regis held his own for what it was worth, but to me he got outclassed and beat up. He replied and said, "I had Regis winning 7-5, had it tied up after the 10th. Regis won rounds 11 and 12. So I said, I'm going to go watch it again. I don't remember Regis winning more than 4 rounds, but I also didn't score the fight. But I'm going to go watch it and score it. So I just got off of watching the fight and scoring it over. And I actually scored the fight 9 rounds to 3, 111 to 112, or 117 to 111, 117 to 112. The same score that one of the judges had it. One judge had it a draw, one judge had it 115 to 113, one judge had it 117 to 112, and that's the score that I had. I had it 9 rounds to 3 pretty much, and I think that judge scored one of the rounds 10-10. Scored one of the rounds 10-10 instead of a 10-9 round. He scored it 10-10. That's where I got 117-111. He got 117-112. Now, I scored the fight 9 rounds to 3 for Josh Taylor. There were some swing rounds in the fight, and even the first two rounds that I gave to Regis Prograis was the 3rd round and the 4th round, and I thought that the 3rd round could have went either way. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not going to say that he got outclassed, but I do think that he got beat up. Maybe not outclassed, but beat up. Like I said, Regis was hurt a few times in this fight with body shots and headshots. He got hurt a few times. Damn near looked like Josh Taylor was going to stop him a few times. Definitely looked like Josh Taylor was going for the stoppage. One of those rounds could have even been a 10-8 round for Josh Taylor minus a knockdown. I mean, one of those rounds, a few of those rounds, he was really beating up Regis Prograis. A few of those middle rounds, like the 7th, 8th, and 9th, or the 6th, 7th, and 8th, a few of those rounds, the rounds where he got his nose, where he got Regis Prograis' nose bleeding, and just really took it to Regis Prograis. Now, I give it to Regis Prograis because of mannerism. If you guys been subscribed to my channel for a while, I used to talk about mannerism and perception a lot. I talked about it with Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. I talked about it with Erislandy Lara in all of his fights. His fight with Jarrett Hurd and his fight with the kid from man, I forget the kid's name, but the fight that they scored a draw. Erislandy Lara, he always looks like his mannerism in the ring, he always looks like he's fighting to survive and not fighting to win. And I think that's what gave Regis Prograis a better shot in this fight, was his mannerism. He never looked like he was getting beat up, or he never looked like he was out of the fight. Even when he was hurt, even the times that he got hurt, he did a really good job of disguising it and not letting Josh Taylor know that he was hurt. But you can see that watching it from the outside, you can see that the shots hurt him. You know what I'm saying? A few shots really hurt him. A few headshots and a few shots to the body really hurt Regis Prograis. But he did a very good job of not really showing it in the ring. So mannerism, to me, took Regis Prograis a long way in this fight. You know what I'm saying? He showed toughness. He showed the willingness to want to win the fight, because he never looked like he was giving up or even though he was getting beat up, his body language wasn't that of a beaten fighter. I just think that he just didn't do enough work. Even in the swing rounds, the rounds that, were kind of close and then they went to Josh, it's just because Regis didn't do enough work. He was doing good controlling the round, boxing, controlling the distance, you know what I mean? He was doing really good. And then, a minute left, Josh Taylor would just, come back with a flurry of punches and, that Regis, wouldn't answer for. So, and to me, those rounds went to Josh Taylor just because Regis wasn't doing enough work. Even though he would be controlling the round, not getting hit a lot, he still wasn't hitting Josh Taylor that much. So if Josh Taylor just threw off a flurry, landed some good shots, it's like, all right, he kind of stole the round, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that Josh Taylor did the better work over the course of the entire fight. In my post fight, the fight where I said he got outclassed, I said that Regis looked really tired after 3-4 rounds. Now I'm not like I said, his mannerism took him a long way, because he not tired. He just slowed down a lot, and mainly the snap off of his punches. Like, he was punching much more heavier and much more snappy in the first 3 rounds compared to the latter, compared to the middle, latter half of the fight, where Josh Taylor's punches was snappy, rocking Regis, just snappy, body and headshot. So I just think that Josh Taylor just did better work and more work over the course of the entire fight. Like I said, the rounds that I did give to Regis, those were even swing rounds. And the round that I think Regis won the clearest was the 12th round. And even in that round, he let Josh Taylor come back and kind of steal the round. You know what I'm saying? But I still gave that round to Regis because he was doing, he was pressing Josh Taylor in that round. Had Josh Taylor going backwards and everything. So really hard to find more rounds than that to give Regis Prograis. Like, honestly, like I said, he was moving his head really well, throughout the whole fight, all the way to the end of the fight, moving his head really well, but wasn't countering with enough punches. Would counter with one punch, wasn't countering with enough punches. And Josh Taylor was just mixing it up on him. Head, and when Regis would slip, roll, Josh Taylor would then dig to his body. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Josh Taylor, he had the better game plan, and he knew what he wanted to do with Regis. I feel like Regis didn't really know what he wanted to do with Josh Taylor, especially after the 3rd round. Once Josh Taylor could take his power, and he realized that Josh Taylor could take his power, I don't think he was clear on what he wanted to do. You could see that Josh Taylor was really clear on what he wanted to do, and he was executing it, and he was doing it. You know what I mean? I think Regis was just kind of uncertain in there and unsure about what he wanted to do. You know what I mean? So that's it. I think that Josh Taylor beat him 9 rounds to 3, but Regis Prograis made it tough for Josh Taylor. Let's put it that way. He made it tough for Josh Taylor. He just didn't lay down and just, give up. And he made it tough all the way throughout the fight. Josh Taylor's ends up getting the big welt over his eye, which started from a headbutt, but Regis Prograis hit him a few good times in it. You know what I mean? But he made it tough. He made it tough for Josh Taylor, but I still think that Josh Taylor outworked him. Maybe not outclassed him, but just outworked him. And if they were to fight a rematch, I would still go 50-50, because I do believe that Regis Prograis can beat him. I just don't think that he fought. I just don't think that he fought the right fight. And I think that he kind of underestimated Josh Taylor a little bit. I think that he really felt like he was going to be able to, get Josh Taylor out, or that Josh Taylor would be really affected by his power. And so, when it came to a plan B, he didn't have no plan B. So, what I mean? It's just that. Really hard to look at that fight and find a draw to me. Or to give Regis Prograis that fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anyone that could look at that fight and really say that that Regis won that fight, is just talking with emotions. Just really wanted Regis Prograis to win the fight. You know what I mean? And which I understand is completely understandable. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked to see him win the fight. You know what I mean? But like I said, at first I was leaning towards Regis Prograis. I thought Regis Prograis was gonna win the fight. But then after watching the weigh-in and both of their body languages and everything, I was like, maybe I'm gonna lean back towards a 50-50 fight. But like I said, I rewatched the fight, and that's what I came up with. Scored it 9 rounds to 3 for Josh Taylor. And I'm gonna start doing more videos like this, because like I said, I want to talk boxing. So when it's an interesting fight like that, and some people are saying this person won and some people are saying this person won, you know what I mean, I'm gonna go back and rewatch the fight, and then you know, give a better assessment and a better judgment of the fight after watching it over again. Because even the night of the fight, you know what I'm saying, we're watching the fight with, you know what I'm saying, feelings, expectations, we're excited. So it's always good to go back and watch the fights anyway. So I'm gonna start doing more of that. You guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Until then, keep fighting your fight and protect yourself at all times. Peace and one love. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.